Hi children, this is Venkatramana. Now today's class, 8th class physical science. We completed regarding the first unit, that is force chapter. What is meant a force? Is it a push or a pull? What are the examples of a pushing force and what are the examples of a pulling force? And what are contact forces? What are non-contact forces? Which will called as a forces at a distance, and which also called as a field forces, and which forces will come under contact forces? Muscular force, frictional force, or a force of a friction. Frictional force or a force of a friction. So in that way, depending upon about forces, types of forces, effect of forces, all that we completed. Now we are in a position to discuss now second unit, that is frictional force. Second unit, friction or force of friction. Friction or force of friction. Now, what is meant by a friction, or what is meant by a force of a friction, or what is meant by a frictional force? Where we will apply this frictional force? Is it useful to us? Is it necessary? Or is it able? Because of frictional force, can we able to do work properly, or it will make our work complex, or it will make our work hard? That's the question. So what is meant by friction force? First of all, frictional force is the relatively means the opposition force, or the force of opposing, or the opposing force to the relative motion of the object whenever body is in contact with one surface. Suppose if you going and rub these two palms, then you will feel little bit warmness. Why will feel little bit warmness? Because whenever these two surfaces are in contact and if it related to each other, when they have relative motion, then automatically one force will come and play. It will comes to play and tries to oppose or try to restrict or try to stop the relative motion of these two surfaces which are in contact. That is known as a frictional force. So what is meant by a frictional force or a force of a friction? What is the force of a friction? The opposing force or the relatively opposing force which will try to restrict or which will try to oppose the relative motion of the two surfaces which are in contact. That means it will come under contact force. Without two surfaces being directly contact, this force won't comes to play. That means whenever frictional force is coming to play, whenever frictional force plays a role, there the two surfaces are in contact. Suppose now we can able to ride our bike, or we can able to ride our bicycle. How come? Because there is a frictional force act between the tires or the grips of the tire to the and between the tire grips and the road surface. Because of that frictional force, that vehicle or that bicycle won't skid and it can able to move nicely. So in that way, frictional force is useful there. That's why whenever we purchase a new tires, we will see that new tires will have huge grip, rough surface. Whether we will prefer to take what you call huge rough surface tires, or else what you call smooth-ended surfaces. Whenever the tires are used for a long extent of time, the tires will be what you called, it will become flattened, and then there is a chance of skidding of vehicles. That means their friction force will become less. So in that way, friction force will going on it will play an important role in our daily life. Now, what is meant a frictional force? That's the question. Suppose if a any box, a heavy box is at rest position. If a heavy box is at rest position, then we want to move that heavy box. Now let us think one heavy box is at rest position. So one member trying to move this by applying a force. Then what he can able to observe? First he will be unable to move this box. We will unable to change the rest state of this box. Why we will be unable to change the rest state of this box? Because since the box is in rest position, now there is a what we call friction force act between the surface of this floor and the surface of this block. The surface of this block in which the two forces means because of that force this body is in rest position. That type of friction is known as static friction. What do you call? Static friction. What is static friction? Now we are discussing about friction and types of friction. What is the static friction? Whenever we try to move the object or heavy box or an object which is at rest position, then it will have one force will automatically comes and plays here. It will automatically come and exert. It will automatically come and what we call act here, which you try to what we call oppose the force which is tend to change the state of the body. Now, if it's for starting initially, we will be unable to move that box. Now, little bit we increase the force. In that case also, we can't able to move this box because the static force. What is static force? The force of opposition or the force of the net force acting between the rest body and the what we call surface. A body which is in rest and what we call and surface. Such that what we call if then the body won't be in the motion, then that type of force you will call it as static friction. When if we try to increase the force by what we call exerting little bit more effort, then that static friction also increases. As a result, we can't able to move that heavy box till now also. But there will be a limit for that static friction. Means up to certain extent of what we call level only, this friction force which comes to play and try to oppose the relative motion of this box with relative to this surface will be up to certain limit only. It can able to restrict. It can able to oppose. Now still if you going on increase our what we call force, then whenever you cross that limiting of that frictional force, static frictional force, now it starts moving. It will start moving. Once it starts moving, then what will happen? In that case also, the force means force of friction or frictional force will act between this surface and the moving block. Then that type of frictional force or force of friction we will called sliding friction. What do you say? Sliding friction. That means the force of opposition or the force of friction which will act between a body surface and a body which is in rest. Both the bodies are in rest. We'll call static friction. And if the force of what we call the force of friction which will act between a moving body and a surface which is in contact with that moving body is known as sliding friction. In that way, we will have a types of friction. Number one, we'll call static friction, and number two, we can call it as sliding friction. Sliding friction. First of all, what is mean of friction? Here, now, when you are trying to move this box with certain force, starting it won't move because what we call net force is zero. Net force is zero. Here, with its weight will act downwards, vertically downwards, and the surface will act what we call normal force in opposite direction. The two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. That's why what you call it will be in rest. In that case, net force is 0. So when the net force is 0, it won't change its state. If little bit we increase the force, little bit we will apply more effort to change the state of the body. In that case also, it won't move because what we call the frictional force which try to stop the relative motion of this block related to the surface also increases with by increasing our effort. Then as a result, even though what we call we increase our effort, it won't change its state of rest. But what we call there is a limit for that frictional force. Whenever that we are going on increasing our effort by exerting more force, then we will overcome that frictional force. That will call limiting force, limiting frictional force. Okay. And then whenever you cross that limit of that frictional force, it starts sliding. It will start sliding. That means now what is the frictional force? The net force applied by the surface on the block is known as on the block in horizontal direction. That is known as frictional force. How come we say like that? Now here, whenever you are applying force from left to right direction, then the surface will act opposing force or opposite force or restricting force from right to left. How come we say? Because it is in rest position. Now here its weight will act vertically downwards obviously. Then the surface will act normal force, means perpendicular force in opposite direction, upward direction on the block. But whether it is moving upwards, no. Since its motion is not in vertical direction, we will tell that now the frictional force is not applied by the surface on the block in upward direction. Then what we will call the frictional force here? The force applied by the surface, the opposing force applied by the surface on the block, opposite to its motion, is known as frictional force or force of friction. So here the force applied by the surface of a bench or surface of the floor on the what we call block, the net force which opposes the relative motion of the block with respect to the surface is known as force of friction or frictional force. Force of friction or frictional force. Now, whenever it is in rest position, the net force is 0. As net force is 0, there is no acceleration. Now, what is the acceleration? If a body's speed or if a body's velocity going on increases, if a body's speed or if a body's velocity going on changes in the increasing manner, then it is said to be in acceleration. Let us take example of train starts from station. When the train starts from station, starting speed will be 0. Now slowly, whenever it is moving away from the station, its speed or its velocity gradually increases. And at last, when it will be away, long away from our what we called station, or it will be very in a what we call away in a very large what we call long vicinity region to from our what we called station, it will have a high velocity. Then in that case, the velocity of the train going on increasing, then it is said to be acceleration. It is in acceleration or it is accelerating. Now, decelerating means if the train comes to station, if a train approaching towards the station, at away, long away, it will have a high speed. When it is coming towards the station, its speed gradually decreases and at last its speed will becomes 0 when it reaches to station. In that case, we will tell that it is in deceleration. It is in deceleration or it is retarded. It is retarded. Now, what is in the frictional force? The retardation or the deceleration force. By deceleration force, see, the always friction will try to stop the relative motion of the object which is in contact with the surface. Now this block, we want to move this block towards this direction, but frictional force will automatically comes and play between the surface and the block, which will try to oppose, which will try to restrict, which will try to act against the motion of this block. That means now if the block is in if it is in motion, the net force won't be zero, because if the net force is zero, the body or the block won't be in motion. Since the block is in motion, that to be in horizontal direction, the net force along the horizontal direction is not zero, but the net force along the vertical direction is zero. Since the block is not moving vertically upwards or vertically downwards, here the net force is only along the horizontal direction. Then what do you call that net force? The force, opposing force, or the net force which will accelerate, the net force which is acting opposite to its acceleration. Then if the net force which is acting opposite to its acceleration or its motion, or simply you can tell that the acceleration which will opposite to its motion by the surface on the block is known as frictional force. What do you say? Frictional force. Now let us discuss a little bit activity, a small activity which can able to explain about types of friction. So simply what is the friction? The frictional force is a opposing force acted by the surface on the body, which will try to restrict or which will try to stop the relative motion of that body with relative to the surface. That is known as frictional force. Now let us consider one table, or let us take one table. And now what we require here? We want to show different types of frictions. To show, what is our aim? To show, to explain about or to demonstrate different types of frictional force. To demonstrate different types of frictional forces or different types of frictions, different types of force of frictions, different types of forces of friction or frictional force. Now what are that one? Now what are the apparatus required here? Materials required, apparatus. What are the apparatus required? One bench, one table. We required one table and one toy trolley, and what do you call? One weight, one weight or wooden block, little bit wooden block, and also weight hanger in order to hang the weight hanger, and also weights. What we require? Weights. And string we require, string also required. So what do you do now? We will go for construction. We will consider one table. We will consider one table in this way. On the table we will place one toy car we will place. One toy trolley we will place. One toy trolley. In the trolley we will place wooden block. This is the wooden block. And this is the toy trolley. And this is the bench or table. Now we will tie one, what do you call, pulley also we required. What do we require? Pulley means a wheel. Pulley also we required. Now what do you do now? We will tie one string to this toy car, and that string will be passed over pulley, and we will hang one weight hanger, and for this weight hanger we can able to place weights. We will be going on add weights. We will going on add weights. Now, one weight hanger. For this weight hanger, we will going on add weights. Now, what we will do? We will place like this. Then, what will happen? When you place a little bit weight, a small weight, then we can able to see what you will observe. Can this toy trolley will be in the motion, or again it will continue in the same state of rest? If the toy trolley is in motion, whether this wooden block will fall or it will also be in the motion, that's the question. We can able to see that this toy trolley will move, will be in the motion, because it will going on change its position. When it's going on change its position, along this toy trolley, this wooden block also will be in motion. In that case, there will be a friction force act between the surface of the trolley and wooden block. Surface of the trolley and wooden block. Then that friction is known as sliding friction. Sliding friction. So what is the sliding friction? The frictional force act between those two surfaces which are in motion. That type of friction is known as sliding friction. Now, then is there any other friction act here? Yes. There is another friction will act between these tires of the trolley and the surface of the table. That is known as, that will always try to stop the motion of the trolley. Now here, wait. The friction force act between this surface of the trolley and the wooden block, we will call it as a static friction. Static friction, not a sliding friction, static friction, because that static friction is a friction of force of friction acting between the two surfaces which are relatively at rest. Even though the total trolley is in motion. Now, with respect to trolley, block is in rest. With respect to block, trolley is in rest, because their positions are not changing. As a result, there is a friction force is acting which will try to oppose this state of rest. That frictional force is known as static friction. Static friction. Now, so what is static friction? The force of friction acts between the two surfaces which are relatively in rest state. Next, then another friction will act between trolley and the surface of the table, which is known as sliding friction. Sliding friction. What is sliding friction? The force of friction or the frictional force act between the two surfaces which are relatively in motion. Now, if you going on increase the weights, what will happen? If you going on increase the weights, this block will move along with this trolley up to certain distance, and still if you increase the weight, only trolley can able to move front, and this block will fall. That means up to what weight of force it can able to maintain it static friction. That is known as its limiting of friction. It's limiting of force. Limiting force of friction. Limiting force of friction. That means up to certain extent of force, this wooden block can able to maintain state of rest relative to trolley surface. Then if we cross that limit, then what will happen? This only trolley will move front and wooden block will fall, and then up to what extent of force it will maintain state of rest relative to toy trolley, that up to that force is known as limiting force of that static friction. So from this, activity,